Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for a legendary DC and Marvel review as we deal with the characters of course, Godzilla, King Kong, of course we have Thor from Marvel and the Justice League plus the Legion of Doom in DC. I'll now get things ready and organized for the first one that I'll be reviewing. So, first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? Sure enough it does, to which we do get to see King Kong go against a very oversized Killer Croc, to which I give the cover a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So, as the story begins, we do catch up against the Justice League, who are in turn up against King Kong, once again, as they, well, have a bit of a reunion of sorts. And of course, with this, we know that the Legion of Doom is involved, plus also Task Force X. And as we start to approach towards the middle of the story, of course, we do get the confrontation between the Justice League, as well as the Legion of Doom, Suicide Squad, and also Task Force X. So quite a number of people all together in this. And in the process, we also have Superman meeting up with Lex Luthor in the Hollow Earth, and as I was actually reading through this event feels like it takes place before the Justice League versus Godzilla movie, or even before the new Empire movie. That's something I noticed with this story, and I'm not too sure if anyone else has either. So for the internal art, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Next is the area in relation to the story review. First is the area of time, to which we had 4 years after G-Day, so 4 years after Godzilla ended up coming into the DC universe, and the things that happened with Godzilla on Skull Island. Next is the locations within the story, to which we had a mobile command center, which connected to Task Force X. Next is Skull Island, and last but not least, Hollow Earth. Next is the cast of characters, to which we have the Justice League members. We have King Kong. We also had Killer Croc and the Legion of Doom, plus the Suicide Squad and Task Force X, to which I give this a 7 out of 10. Next is moving into Godzilla versus Thor. So, as we move into Godzilla vs. Thor, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? In essence, it does, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. And as you can see, we have a certain writer working on this by the name of Jason Aaron. Something I didn't quite expect with this story, but let's see how it affects the rating of the story. So, as the story begins, we find out that these events are taking place in Japan, and we're at at one of the Hands headquarters, and of course we have a bit of a worship of sorts of Godzilla, the king of monsters. And you can see that they've got something planned something set ahead, which they've got planned for when Godzilla versus Thor. So as the story advances, we realize that there's a weapon here which will be used to merge with Godzilla as he goes up against the character of Thor. So it's got the God Butcher weapon. And last but not least, towards the end, to which it looks like nobody wins in this. So for the internal art, I give it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story. Now, one thing I didn't expect that this story would bring in would be a comic book reference, to where there is a comic book reference to Punisher, King of Killers, the terrible Jason Aaron story, to which he turns Punisher into a serial killer when he was a young kid, when I think the real serial killer of Punisher is Jason Aaron, as well as Thor. So moving into next thing is the area of time, to which we have days later to weeks later, which connects to the events to when Thor is going up against Godzilla. Next is the locations that we get to see. First is the Japan around the Forgotten Forest, as well as Hal. Last but not least, we had the cast of characters consisting of Godzilla, the Hand, so the Hand headquarters, and also, last but not least, Thor. My overall rating is a 6 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.